Yuvraj Mehta's death in Noida, the tragedy that could have been prevented. He cried out for 2 hours. We showed you all those visuals. We showed you the timeline as well. 2 hours of waiting desperately, 2 hours of receiving no help. And now, chilling visuals have emerged showing the ordeal he faced in that last 1 hour of his life. The horror isn't just what happened, but it's about what didn't happen. You see that visual on your screen and you see that little light that we have circled? That is Yuvraj, alive and crying for help. And on the other side, you see officials, some 100 of them, standing right there, just meters away from him, flashlights, life jackets, boat, ropes, everything intact, but nobody went in to save him. What exactly happened? We've been talking about it, but for the first time, you get this video to exactly understand. You see Yuvraj, and you see how incompetent our disaster response forces were. Take a look.
2 hours of crying out, 2 hours of waiting desperately, 2 hours of receiving no help. The tragic ordeal of Yuvraj Mehta, summed up in this chilling visual that has now emerged. The tragedy here isn't just what happened, it's what did not happen. That prick of light you see here represents the last bit of hope that Yuvraj was clinging onto. It was a torchlight from his mobile phone, which Yuvraj was using to guide the rescue officials to his location. You can even hear the rescue workers calling out to try harder. The panic was setting in as the rescue officials realized Yuvraj's car was stuck in weed. Especially when they realized that the water was too deep, their efforts were all in vain. The water was just too deep, the fog too impenetrable. Yuvraj kept shouting, but the extraction never happened. No boat, no rope, no rescue. Bureau Report, India Today.
In fact, if you see that video, and we'll put that out on YouTube for all of you to see at length as well, you can hear them saying, "Pani bahut thanda hai." You can hear the disaster response team saying, "Yahan rassi choti hai." You can hear them say that ye to ja nahi pa raha hai, jhadi mein phas gaya hai, that it's getting stuck in the weeds over there. How do we go? If they don't know how to go, then in the end, what did happen, you'll remember, in the end, what did happen was that a civilian went in. In fact, let me request my producers to put that story up for you to see again. The civilian who had gone in. We spoke with him yesterday and we tried to understand what was the exact situation on the ground. We'll get that story out as well, but just look at those visuals. Look at Yuvraj. You see that little torchlight that he has of his phone. He was there for 2 hours crying for help, saying, you know, if you can hear me. He flashed his light as well and said, this is my exact location. I can see it clearly with our eyes in that video, this very grainy video taken in the middle of the night there, roughly around 2:30. That was the last time they had heard his voice. And you see all those officials who all arrived in time, but just did not have perhaps the mean or the willpower to go inside and find him. So far we'd been looking at timelines, eyewitness accounts, but this video really puts the picture very, very clearly for anybody to see it for themselves. We talked about that eyewitness. Listen into what he had to say.
मुनिंदर जी, आप कह रहे हैं कि सेफ्टी जैकेट्स भी थी, मतलब वहाँ पर कई लोग ऐसे थे जिनको स्विमिंग नहीं आती है, लेकिन इमरजेंसी रिस्पांस में अगर हैं तो वो डाइव करके उसको निकाल सकते थे, या जैकेट उसकी तरफ फेंकी जा सकती थी?
जी जी जी, सब चीज मौजूद थी। बाकायदा मैं भी सेफ्टी जैकेट पहन के अंदर गया था, रस्सा बांध के, अपनी कमर से रस्सा बांध के मैं अंदर गया था। और वहाँ पे 3x6 की एक छोटी नाव भी थी, जो कि उस लड़के को बहुत ही आसानी से बचा लिया जाता, पर उसके अंदर वो किस लिए नहीं गए वो मुझे नहीं पता है जी। बट ये बोल रहे थे कि अंदर सरिया है, बेसमेंट है, बहुत सर्दी है, धुंध है, अंधेरा है, मैंने 1:45 से 50 मिनट के बीच में गया। मैंने देखा कि कुछ लोगों से पूछा तो बोल रहे थे कि 11:45 से एक लड़का इस बेसमेंट में इस गड्ढे में गिर चुका है और उसकी 5 मिनट पहले ही आवाज आनी बंद हुई है। तो मतलब मैं पहुंचा था 1:45-50 पे। तो मैंने बोला, कुछ वहां पर जो सरकारी महकमे से लोग खड़े थे, मगर सर मैं अंदर जा सकता हूँ क्या? उन्होंने एकदम डायरेक्ट मना कर दिया कि नहीं, अपनी आप नहीं जा सकते। मैं बोला सर मुझ पे तैरना आता है, तो आप कहो तो मैं जा सकता हूँ। नो, आप पे तैरना आता है? जी हाँ। नो ठीक है, तो आप जा सकते हैं। मैंने अपनी कमर से रस्सा बांधा, सीधा रस्सा बांध कर मैं सीधा 2 मिनट की सारी 2 मिनट के अंदर मैंने सारी बात भी की और सीधा मैं पानी में दाग गया। अंदर जाकर मैंने उस भाई को कम से कम 30 से 40 मिनट सर्च किया था, मुझे नहीं मिला था, इतने वो भाई डूब चुका था।
पर मुनिंदर जी मुझे ये बताइए, आप कह रहे हैं वहां पर एक एक नाव, जिसे आप कह रहे हैं एक बोट भी थी। मुझे बताया गया कि वो बोट करीब 6 बजे आई है, जब तक वो ऑलरेडी डूब चुका था। आप कह रहे हैं आप जब पहुंचे वहां पर, जब तक आवाजें आ रही थी, तब भी बोट मौजूद थी?
3x6 की बोट भी थी। मेरे पास वीडियो है, अगर आप देखना चाहेंगे तो। वो वीडियो में साफ फायर ब्रिगेड वाला उसमें बैठा हुआ दिख रहा है, हाथ मार रहा है चप्पू की तरह। उनके पास चप्पू नहीं थे।
बोट थी, चप्पू नहीं थे चलाने के, क्या ये कह रहे हैं आप?
मतलब वो जैसे वो होती है ना, जैसे कि 3x जिसे हवा भर लेते हैं, हवा भरी हुई होती है, वो डूबती नहीं। अगर उस पर 2 आदमी बैठ जाएंगे तो वो तब भी नहीं डूबती है। उस लड़के को सेफ्टी जैकेट भी थी, 100 मीटर का रस्सा भी था। मेरी आंखों देखी, वहां जितने भी लोग हैं सब ये कह रहे थे उस लड़के को बहुत आसानी से बचा लिया जाता। वैसे अगर ठंड का डरना होता, ठंडे पानी का डरना होता, अंधेरे का डरना होता, सरिया का डरना होता, जो इंसान जिस चीज के लिए पर्सनली तैयार किए गए हैं, ट्रेंड के लिए किए गए हैं, अगर वो इंसान उसी चीज से डर जाए तो वो ट्रेंड किस तरीके से हुए फिर, या किस तरीके से उस महकमे में भर्ती हुए हैं।
And why Yuvraj's story hits such a raw nerve for anybody living in Delhi NCR, it's because you feel when you walk around, drive around Delhi NCR, especially Noida, Greater Noida, that there are so many similar, turns like these, which are now being called death traps. Exposed roads, street lights missing, sometimes sharp turns without reflectors. So we did a little bit of a survey. Our colleagues went out on the roads of Noida and Greater Noida to find out how many such death traps actually exist. Open drains running parallelly to very busy highways with no barricades, no warning signs, no protection, in fog or low visibility. One wrong move can be fatal. An authority is acting only, or perhaps in certain cases not even acting, when a life is lost. Take a look at this report to understand more on how many more such instances are just waiting to happen.
Yuvraj's death in Noida is not just one family's tragedy, it underlines a harsh truth. Negligence is normal and deadly roads are its consequence. India Today went to the ground to expose these deadly lapses in Greater Noida, where roads that appear modern have the potential to become silent killers. Near Gaur City 2, the bypass connecting the Delhi-Meerut highway to the Yamuna Expressway runs parallel to an open drain. In many stretches, the road and the drain are at the same level. There's no wall, no barricade, no warning. In dense fog or low visibility, a single mistake can send a vehicle straight into the drain.
Noida extension, Greater Noida West, which is full of the high-rise apartments. Lakhs of people are living, spending lakhs of rupees, crores of rupees buying apartment. But there are stretches where eventually could unfold multiple such instances. For example, right near the Gaur Chowk in this area, look at this drainage side. The Nala side, the drain size is around 20 to 25 meters, and any vehicle, you see the number of vehicles that are coming from the other side of the road, and all these vehicles, if there is a zero visibility, that could potentially lead to another catastrophic disaster.
At the Gorchok underpass, the negligence is even more brazen. With construction work underway, one side has warning signs. The other, where vehicles are moving, runs alongside a deep drain with no protection. Two-wheelers, autos, cars, trucks, anyone can fall in. Lives are at risk every single day.
any vehicle coming, losing minor control, zero visibility, and under such condition, eventually the vehicle will come, would likely take a little left, even while overtaking. It is a potentially disastrous, could claim another life, could take another life, another person could be killed. Look at this. The drainage is open, and that's only a metallic part of the sheet. There is no signage, no protecting barrier, no metal sheet, no information, nothing. It is a blind spot, a deadly blind spot, just near the construction of God Chowk underpass on this Taj Highway.
In Tech Zone 4 in Bisrak, authorities have finally woken up. Warning strips are now being installed along the drain. But this action came only after Yuvraj died in the same kind of negligence. These are not roads, they are open threats. Every unguarded drain, every missing barricade is an invitation to disaster. Yuvraj became a victim of a callous system. Tomorrow, it could be you. With Ashutosh Mishra, Bureau Report, India Today.